I always thought my backyard was just an ordinary patch of grass, until the day I unearthed an old, leather-bound journal while digging to plant a new tree. The cover was worn, and the pages were yellowed with age, but what struck me most as I opened it was the shock of recognition. The handwriting was eerily similar to mine, and as I read the first entry, my heart skipped a beat. It described a life that mirrored my own down to the smallest detail: my job, my friends, even the way I distanced myself from my parents. The entries were dated only a few years ago, yet they chronicled events up until last week, when they abruptly stopped. I couldn't shake the unsettling feeling that I was reading my own autobiography penned by someone else. The journal spoke of mundane days that felt like echoes of my own, but with an increasing sense of dread. The writer mentioned strange occurrences, shadows that seemed to follow them, whispers in the dead of night, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Each entry was more frantic than the last, culminating in a final, unfinished sentence: "I can feel it coming for me." My hands trembled as I snapped the book shut, the air around me suddenly feeling heavy and oppressive. Determined to find answers, I started researching the previous owners of my house. What I found was sparse, but enough to send shivers down my spine. The last resident before me, a young man named Daniel, had vanished without a trace. Neighbors recalled seeing him in the yard, much like myself, but one day he simply disappeared. Despite extensive searches, no one ever discovered what happened to him. The coincidence was too profound to ignore, and I was left wondering if I was reliving Daniel's life, unknowingly tracing his footsteps to an unknown fate. As the days passed, I began noticing the same unsettling phenomena Daniel had described. Shadows seemed to lengthen and reach for me, and I often awoke to whispers, indistinct yet undeniably there. On a particularly dark night, I felt an icy breath on my neck and knew, deep down, that whatever had taken Daniel was coming for me. I rushed to the backyard, clutching the journal like a talisman. As the wind howled, I felt the ground beneath me tremble, and with a final, desperate plea to whatever force controlled my destiny, I dropped the journal back into the earth. The ground swallowed it whole, and the whispers ceased. But I knew it was only a matter of time before the cycle began anew, and someone else would find the journal, living my life, until they vanished too.